wa Turkana County niliamua from the onset kwamba mimi nitachapa kazi na wewe, kwamba mimi nitasapoti agenda ya kusema na kutenda. Na mimi napigiwa kura na watu wa Turkana, sio mahali pengine. Kwa hivyo vitisho vidogo vidogo kwa viongozi, eti gavana wa Turkana sujia kwa aje anafanya na rais. Nani aliwaambia kufanya kazi na rais wa nchi ya Kenya ni crime? Nani alisema ni uhalifu? Hata ukipeleka koti fulani ya Kenya, mimi nitachapa kazi na wewe leo, kesho na siku zingine zote ambazo zinakuja. Na mimi vile mheshimiwa na kuleo na waheshimiwa hapa vile walikuambia, mimi ndio nitakuletea kura ya Turkana County. Hiyo hakuna bargain, hakuna story, hakuna kuegaega na kuregarega. I will deliver for you the 6 sub-counties. Kama kuna ile itapoteza pengine 80%. Kwa hivyo wewe na Waturkana ni sasa hivi ni kama chanda na pete. Ni kama chanda na pete. Na sisi wale viongozi wanapiga miguu namna hii, lakini pia wanataka ati kutuportray kwamba sisi wengine hatuko na wewe. Hiyo watu angalia kwa ile macho yako ya kawaida. Angalia, because kuna viongozi wale hawataki mimi na hawa viongozi wengine tufanye na wewe kazi. Eti wanataka tufanye ile makesi ilikuwa inafanywa Nairobi. Usifanye kesi yoyote ya kusimama governor. Any person willing to contest against me as governor for Turkana County, usifanye kesi Nairobi. Tell them mwende kwa Waturkana. Ite ni kore alego. Ite ni kore alego. Hata kama ni 20, hata kama yule anajua, hakuna hata mtu atasimama, mimi najua hivyo. That is the position in this county. So mimi nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kusema mimi na wewe tutafanya kazi pamoja. Mimi nilikuwa mbunge wa Loima, mimi na mheshimiwa Protas na mheshimiwa Edukwan na mheshimiwa Lopayo na mheshimiwa Anaklet na pia mheshimiwa anko yangu Amajong, we will deliver Loima 100% to you. Mimi na mheshimiwa na Amar na MCAs wako wa UDA mama ni moja, IK na pia wakangatosa na Kerio na nini na Kalo kwa wakangatosa. We are together. We are going to deliver Turkana, of course, Turkana Central mimi napatanga karibu kura yote. Kwa hivyo hakuna, usiwahi sikia ndoto ya usiku ama ya mchana. Because this county, tafuta hii county nyingine hata tembeanga tu kuja kutusalimia, lakini sio kutafuta kura. Sio kutafuta kura. Kura hiyo wewe chapia hizi maendeleo, kura iko imejaa na imejaa sawa sawa. Itengola leo. Nyayengu tungala karo kote na abudera rais. Ilakarevya. Anboye walo ilakarevya. Kwa hivyo mwenye macho.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have all heard the speech of Governor of Turkana, that is Governor Jeremiah, and he has just declared his full support for the president during his time in office and in future, and is looking forward to working together with the president without any influence of other leaders or from other leaders who have been making him maybe to turn low on supporting the president. My good people, according to how the governor has just spoken, we see that the festival that has been conducted in Turkana, the Turkana festival, it has got a far-reaching effect that will impact on the politics of Turkana County. This is because they invited President William Samoei Ruto to be their guest on the first day of this ceremony, and the second day they invited Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. This festival has just brought an opportunity of bringing these two sides of politics in one place, in one event, in one venue whereby the government led by President William Samoei Ruto with his cabinet secretaries and other stakeholders have been in the same event which it was to be attended by Raila Amolo Odinga together with his opposition brigades in the same event. And if it can be thought in one way or another, this was just to give these leaders a big challenge because there's no way they could they could decline the invitation because their presence was very significant and they could not resist because opposition is going there or the government is going there. Another thing, it has just revealed to us that from now henceforth there is difference in interest in terms of politics in Turkana County, whereby some of the leaders have been the diehards of ODM, while others changed their mind only once after William Ruto visited the region and he ascended to power. And from what we can see, it is now clear that President William Samoei Ruto is invading all the territories that have been very strong for Raila Amolo Odinga. And this will be very difficult for Raila Amolo Odinga to recover these regions if he is not going to work extremely hard to stabilize his politics in these regions. This is because from time memorial, Turkana County have been the stronghold of ODM for a very long time. It is not until 2021-2022 when they changed their mind. Some parts, most of the parts actually fall under UDA, while some few regions are still under ODM, which are not very strong. The reason why I'm saying so, this Governor Jeremiah of Turkana County was elected under ODM ticket, and right now he has just declared his full support for President William Ruto, and is even assuring President William Samoei Ruto of bringing all the votes from Turkana County, which means he's going to make sure that he's converting all county into UDA affiliated to William Ruto. And so it means in the coming polls, Raila Amolo Odinga is probably going to score very few votes again in Turkana County, because once this governor has declared his strength in UDA, then to the party that elected him, then it is going to be very different. Another thing, if we can look at the number of MPs in Turkana County, we see that both UDA and ODM divided these MPs, whereby out of 6 constituencies which are in Turkana County, we see UDA managed to score 3 counties and ODM 3 counties, where we have 1 county which was took by Jubilee, but right now we cannot determine if this Jubilee is still under Azimio or Kenya Kwanza, but more probably it is under Kenya Kwanza because the Jubilee party defected and it is being led by Sabina Chege, which are now affiliated in Kenya Kwanza. And so if you see these MPs who are supporting Kenya Kwanza, it translates to constituencies that are affected or influenced by William Ruto. And so that issue of influence of Raila Amolo Odinga in Turkana, it is dropping drastically as politics are going forward. When we also look at the number of MCAs in Turkana County, we see that Turkana County in total has 30 wards, and out of these 30 wards, we have those MCAs who were independent. I think there were only 2. We also had those MCAs who were elected under Jubilee ticket. I think there were only, I think there were few. Then we have those MCAs that were elected under UDA and at the same time others under ODM. And so, my good friends, we see if we can compare those wards that have strong influence of UDA, there are more than 20 wards. This translates to 20 MCAs who are under UDA right now. If we can see those MCAs or those wards that have influence of influence of ODM, then we see there are only 3. This means that only 3 wards have influence of ODM, that translates to votes of Raila Amolo Odinga, while some of them, I think there were only 2 which were under independent, and more probably this independent maybe joined UDA or they remained like that. And so if we can see the number of wards that Raila Amolo Odinga has got his support or influence, it has drastically dropped, and you cannot compare this influence with the previous influence in 2017. That is the time when ODM was very strong in this region, unlike in 2022 where he only managed to score very few constituencies and very few wards. And so it means that the way ODM is growing weak in this Turkana County is very worrying, and maybe coming in future in the next polls, ODM will not be existing in Turkana County. This is because President William Samoei Ruto have managed to score a lot of followers in Turkana County. Despite the governor being in ODM, it means that UDA party or UDA ticket did not have a suitable governor candidate who could beat this Jeremiah. But because Jeremiah is a famous leader who have been a councillor for 10 years, an MP for 10 years or more, and right now his influence for the past leadership gave him direct ticket to become the governor despite his position in ODM, because the same locals who voted for this MCA who comes from UDA and MPs from UDA are the same voters who voted for this governor of ODM. And so this influence is going to drop drastically, considering the fact that this governor has also announced his stand to work and to support President William Samoei Ruto. And so according to the number of wards or constituencies, including these MCAs and MPs who are under ODM right now, they are weak, they are very few compared to the previous years. And from the history of politics in Turkana County, Raila Amolo Odinga has been the leader who has been being treated like a king in that region because he has been having strong influence in that region. But things just changed in the last election, my good people. How will Raila Amolo Odinga cope up with this issue of again reviving his territories to bring them under his control? Yet we see, if there are wards, we see he has got less than 5 wards which he secured MCAs. He has around 3 constituencies which he scored MPs, while the rest of Turkana was left to UDA. My good people, how will Raila Amolo Odinga manage to bring back influence in Turkana County? Of course, it is too late right now. He cannot manage to fight back for what Ruto has just done in Turkana County. This is because as much as he had the support of the governor has decided to defect and to announce his support regardless of any consequences that can come across. He has declared his support for President William Samoei Ruto. And to add on top of that, we see the rate at which UDA, led by President William Samoei Ruto, is sprouting to invade the territories that have been occupied with Raila Amolo Odinga for many years. The rate is very rapid, and we cannot compare how UDA is growing its popularity in Kenya. You cannot compare with other parties. This is because they have managed to influence a very big number of followers, and they have many seats. At least in several counties they have seats there. And for Raila Amolo Odinga, he should now concentrate on strengthening his influence on his strongholds that are remaining. Strongholds like Nyanza region, strongholds like coastal region like Mombasa, Kilifi, also some parts of western region where he has his influence. He should be very careful and be very strong in making sure that he is preventing UDA from growing in all these territories. This is because once you see wards, constituencies like number of MCAs, number of MPs are very few in some of ODM strongholds, then it means that he is losing the popularity. For example, he can do nothing right now to bring back Turkana County under his influence. And it is very late, because he should now apply a new strategy of protecting his territories from President William Samoei Ruto, who is coming so fast. And right now we know that previously, I think it is almost few days ago, President William Samoei Ruto camped in Nyanza region, whereby it is being named as Raila's backyard. This is the place that ODM is very strong. But you can imagine UDA has managed to erect some offices in Nyanza region, convert some followers into Nyanza region, and they have promised him that come in the next polls, he will manage to score more votes than what he scored previously. And so this tells us that Raila Amolo Odinga has grown weak in defending his own territories, to an extent that where he was so famous, he is losing his popularity slowly by slowly. My good people, according to this analysis, how can you advise Raila Amolo Odinga on how he can grow his territories to be more strong, to prevent UDA from invading his territories? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please continue subscribing, sharing, liking, and also send me your comments. Have a good day.